Here's something most watch brands won't tell you. You don't need to spend $5,000 to own a genuinely exceptional mechanical watch. While Swiss brands keep raising prices, Seiko has quietly perfected the art of delivering real value with in-house movements, sapphire crystals, and finishing that rivals watches costing 3 times more. Today, I'm breaking down 7 Seiko watches worth buying in 2026 and explaining exactly why each one deserves your attention. Watch number 1. Seiko 5 Sports SRPD. At $275 to $350, the Seiko 5 Sports SRPD series represents the best entry point into mechanical watchmaking. This is where most collectors begin, and for good reason. The SRPD features Seiko's 4R36 caliber, a 24-jewel automatic movement with 41 hours of power reserve. But here's what makes this significant. The case measures 42.5 millimeters with 100 meters of water resistance. The mineral crystal scratches more easily than sapphire, but at this price point, that's the acceptable compromise. What really matters here is the value proposition. You're getting an automatic movement visible through a display case back, applied dial indices, luminous hands, a functional rotating bezel, and genuinely attractive finishing, all for $300. This creates a perception of quality that contradicts the modest price. The SRPD also features drilled lugs, making strap changes effortless. You can transform this watch from sporty to elegant in 30 seconds, which matters when you're building a collection on a budget. If you've been wearing quartz your entire life, this is the watch that makes you understand why people collect mechanical watches. Watch number 2. Seiko Prospex Samurai SRPC07. Moving up to $450 to $550, we enter the psychological territory where a watch purchase starts feeling significant. The Samurai SRPC07, particularly in its striking orange dial variant, occupies this space perfectly. At 43.8 millimeters, it makes a statement. Yet, the compact 48mm lug-to-lug keeps it surprisingly wearable even on smaller wrists. But let's talk about that orange dial. The sunburst finish creates immediate visual impact, generating excellent contrast and legibility while maintaining professional wearability. It photographs beautifully under various lighting conditions, which matters both for your Instagram feed and for daily enjoyment. The movement here is the 4R35, essentially the 4R36, without hand-winding capability, but still delivering 41 hours of power reserve and 200 meters of water resistance. The bezel uses 120 clicks instead of the standard 60, providing more granular control with satisfying tactile feedback. Watch number 3, Seiko Prospex King Turtle SRP07. At $595, the King Turtle SRP07 takes everything the Samurai does well and refines it with premium materials. This is Seiko's evolved take on its legendary turtle-shaped diver lineage. The ceramic bezel insert is the first major improvement. Unlike aluminum, ceramic doesn't fade over time, maintaining its deep color across years of wear and UV exposure. The sapphire crystal replaces mineral glass, offering superior scratch resistance. And here's a detail that matters. Seiko integrated magnification directly into the sapphire over the day-date complication, improving legibility without external Cyclops attachments. The day-date function at 3 o'clock adds practical utility beyond pure diving watches with only date windows. At just under $600, the King Turtle represents what watch collectors call the perfect daily beater. Tough enough for actual use, formal enough for professional settings with enough personality to sustain long-term interest, the 4R36 movement provides the same reliable performance as the SRPD and Samurai. But the premium materials justify the price increase. Watch number 4, Seiko Prospex Alpinist SPB121. The Alpinist SPB121, priced at $725 to $750, occupies unique territory in Seiko's lineup. That green sunburst dial generates immediate visual appeal. It's stunning in person, creating superior contrast in bright outdoor environments. But the Alpinist's defining feature is its internal rotating compass bezel operated by the crown at 4 o'clock. Unlike external rotating bezels that can accidentally shift, Seiko's internal design eliminates rotation risk during rugged outdoor use. The watch measures 39.5 millimeters compact by modern standards with 200 meters of water resistance. Cathedral hands and applied indices and polished gold create refined aesthetics that work equally well in board meetings or base camps. The sapphire crystal includes an anti-reflective coating and magnifying date window. This is a 1959 design philosophy meeting 2026 manufacturing standards, built originally for climbers navigating Japanese peaks, but functioning perfectly as a conversation piece at your office. Watch number 5, Seiko Prospex SPEEDTIMER, Speed B515. At $995, the SPEEDTIMER SPB515 represents Seiko's most significant innovation at the sub-$1,000 price point. Released in late 2025, it reintroduces Seiko's motorsport timing heritage with modern engineering. The SPB515 features Seiko's newest high-performance caliber, the 6R55, with 72 hours of power reserve. That's 3 full days of continuous operation. Set this watch Friday afternoon and it continues running until Tuesday morning without rewinding. For frequent travelers or anyone rotating multiple watches, this practical advantage is transformative. The case measures 39.5 millimeters with just 12 millimeters of thickness, remarkably thin for a watch with 200 meters of water resistance. The countdown bezel, operated by a separate crown at 4 o'clock rather than integrated into the case, provides functional utility for interval training, medication timing, or event countdowns. The value comparison is stark. An Omega Seamaster with 72-hour power reserve runs $5,500 or more. A Tudor Black Bay costs $4,000 plus. The SPB 515 delivers comparable functionality at a fraction of the price. This is what happens when Seiko decides to celebrate its racing heritage without compromise. Watch number 6. Seiko Presage Sharp Edge GMT SPB 221. The Presage Sharp Edge GMT SPB 221 at $1,000 to $1,100 represents Seiko's modern design philosophy. Sharp angles inspired by traditional Japanese aesthetics, executed with finishing that approaches Grand Seiko standards. The SPB 221 features the 6R64 caliber, a GMT movement beating at 28,800 vibrations per hour, slightly faster than most Seiko movements. The GMT hand operates independently, allowing travelers to set a second time zone without affecting the main time display. But here's what elevates this watch: the execution. At 42.2 millimeters with super hard coating protecting polished surfaces. The SPB 221 wears substantial but not overwhelming. The sapphire crystal includes inner anti-reflective coating improving legibility in various lighting conditions. The pricing tells the real story. Comparable Swiss-made GMT watches start around $6,000 for Omega variants, $4,000 for Tag Heuer. The SPB 221 undercuts them by 75 to 90%, while delivering genuine precision timing and finishing that rivals watches costing triple. Watch number 7, Seiko Prospex SPB 143. At $1,200, the SPB 143 represents Seiko's successful marriage of vintage homage and modern engineering. This is a reinterpretation of Seiko's iconic 1965-62 MAS diving watch, historically significant for watch enthusiasts and proportionately perfect for modern wear. The defining advantage here is size, 40.5 millimeters. In an era of oversized sport watches, the SPB 143 wears comfortably on smaller to medium wrists while maintaining presence on larger wrists. The vintage-inspired dial features applied indices, elongated hands, and a charcoal color that delivers visual sophistication without appearing dated. Seiko 6, R35 caliber with 70 hours of power reserve means genuine 3-day operation. Remove it Friday, wear it again Monday, still running. 200 meters of water resistance makes it suitable for recreational diving. The dual-curve sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating and DS Shield super hard coating protecting polished surfaces ensure this watch ages gracefully. At exactly 40.5 millimeters, it's the Goldilocks of dive watches. Not too big, not too small, and never out of style. 7 watches spanning $275 to $1,200, each delivering exceptional value in mechanical watchmaking. Whether you're starting your collection with the SRPD or adding a vintage-inspired diver with the SPB 143, you're investing in watches that respect both your budget and your wrist. Which one speaks to you? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this guide valuable, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.